Yeah, when you see a team twice in 1 week, you're always expecting some fireworks, and that's exactly, and with Tyler, we know exactly what they're going to bring to us. That's a well-coached team, and they're very talented. Same with DBU as well. But to find them twice in 1 week, which is kind of unusual, we had to make some changes. So like during the match, they're making counters, we're making changes, and so that's why it went 5 sets. Kendra and I talked before the match started, saying, "Hey, we got to anticipate a long one today," and that's exactly what it was. And so came out on top of this one, having the conference win, and now we're going to continue it, and we'll probably be seeing them, somewhere at the end of the season somewhere.
In that game, I think it asked last week, Tori Miller had 38 double-double. Now she's up to 40. What's it like to see her just continue to play at such a high level?
It's we knew she was going to get here. The cool part about it is when she got here her freshman year, she was just a 3-rotation kid, and she's developed into 6 rotations. She's like owned the pass part, and that's really hard for somebody who completely switches positions, going from the right side to the outside between freshman and sophomore year. Now, this year, she's looking at everybody else as, hey, I've been where you're at, let me help you out, and she's really developed into it. So the points, we know she's going to score. That's no question. But to see her like manifest into a full game type player, that's been really cool to see. But then also, help each other along. And bye, coach. Yeah, we'll see you. To help each other along, which has been really nice, especially with some of our younger kids that we think are going to be impactful for us. Tori's really taken them under her wing and kind of showed them the ropes, because when you're that type of player, everybody's coming after you.
What's it like to be able to go on the road now with those big wins? Now you got to go to St. Andrews and St. Mary's. I mean, it's far away here.
Yeah, right now we're looking at it as we're 0-0, and we're going back to St. Ed's and St. Mary's, where last year that was a tough road stretch for us. They just play us tough at home, and right now it looks like the conference every night we're going to get that type of battle. And we've seen St. Mary's a little bit this year from having played them in the Lady Buff Classic, and so with that we've got an idea, but they're just getting better. And and with St. Edwards, having seen them last year in the conference finals, I just think they're going to be throwing left hooks and right hooks, which is expected. And so yeah, it's 0-0. Let's go get another chance at 2 wins, and if we can do that, then we put ourselves in a good position to get on to week 3.
Now that conference plays underway, just kind of how's the mindset change when all these games are going?
All of them. That's the idea, and that's why we played such a tough preseason schedule. When we played, I think 6 top 25 teams in that time frame, and with that, you're battle tested. And so now going into conference, we can recall back on some scenarios we may have seen against number 4 and number 5, and be like, hey, we've been here. We may not have been successful at that time, but we've been able to practice it. We've been able to get through it. So seeing the girls kind of take ownership of that growth has been really cool. But yeah, conference play in the LSC is no joke, and so every night they're coming after it.
Coming into the year, Kendra and Tori and everybody, they talked about it was hard to single out which young players stood out the most because they all did, look so well. How do you think those young players have developed so far, at this point of the season?
Sponges. They're absolute sponges. Between Tatum and JC, some of our new additions with Ainsley Malice, they're just learning every day. And it's a learning our style. It's a learning how to play it competitively for a long period of time, to where sometimes freshman year, that's kind of hard to see in the high school ranks. And so for those guys to really just be sponges all the time has been probably their biggest asset, because they're dynamic and they're physical and they're big and they're fun to watch. But for them to be able to learn and grow as much in practice, I think that's where their true value is coming right now.
Kind of building on that, your guys' depth is insane. It doesn't matter who you run out there in the rotation. It seems like somebody's going to be able to come out there and produce. Just how much do you like that depth?
It's great. And you know what? And that's a product of the practice environment. When we're in the gym, it's our 6 or 7 on one side against 6 or 7 on the other. And if some kid's not, or needing to learn some more and take some extra reps, another one up, next man up. And they all know that too. And I think that's the beauty of the camaraderie of this team, is there's no, why am I not playing? There's a, hey, somebody's holding me to a standard and I need to be able to meet that. And so the practice gym's super competitive, to where now in a match, when we all get on the same side, that depth becomes real important. And you saw it against Tyler. We played, I think, 10 or 11 kids in those sets, and every single one of them provided a little spark. And then, we had our bench in the back providing their own little spark. And so the depth's been huge, because sometimes with big teams it's hard to manage, but these guys do a great job of understanding their roles. Kendra does a great job of giving some role clarity in those moments. But more importantly, they accept it and they run with it. Whatever I got to do to help this team, I'm going to go with it. So it may not just be the physical side, but it's also the team side as well.